Hi everyone, and welcome to a new series on SEQ Spotting and Travels called Aircraft in Focus. Today we will be detailing the unique history of the McDonnell Douglas DC-10, the world famous wide-body trijet workhorse. We will look at its development, ups and downs over the years, as well as how it shaped the aviation industry. Just one of the reasons that makes this fantastic and much loved aircraft unique was the fact that it originated as a military aircraft, rather than the regular commercial aircraft it has become famous for. In the 1960s, USAF were looking for a large military transport aircraft with the ability to carry sizable amounts of troops and freight never seen before in aviation. This concept aircraft was called the CX-HLS program. Unfortunately for Douglas, as they were known at the time prior to merging with McDonnell in 1967, Lockheed won the contract and therefore created the Lockheed C-5 Galaxy aircraft. Douglas was left with their design, which eventuated into the current DC-10, while Boeing's design was then transformed into the 747 as it is known today. Yes, the legacy of the CX-HLS program would shape the aviation industry. Now let's talk about the development of the mighty DC-10. Douglas had experimented with numerous designs based on their lost military design, including a double-deck A380-like 900-seat aircraft, dubbed the D-918, that could contend with Boeing's 747 plans. However, after they had merged with McDonnell, they were eyeing on creating a wide-body transport that was smaller than the Boeing 747, which was gaining plenty of traction at the time. Lockheed also followed this path with their Lockheed L-1011 TriStar aircraft. In February 1968, history was made when the first DC-10 trijet was launched. This mid-size wide-body, the first of its kind in aviation, will feature 3 engines, including 2 on the wings and 1 tail engine mounted above the fuselage. This trijet configuration was unique, as it contrasted to the rear engine design of the 727, with all of its engines at the rear of the aircraft, as well as the Lockheed TriStar, which has an S-duct leading air to the engine front, unlike the DC-10. Depending on the airline and series of DC-10 involved, the aircraft seated between 255 and 380 passengers as well as cargo. The first of numerous series of DC-10s, the baseline DC-10-10 series prototype made its first ever flight on 29th of August 1970, powered by General Electric CF6 engines, which would become a mainstay on many future wide-body aircraft. American Airlines and United Airlines received the first ever DC-10s to be delivered in a joint ceremony on July 20th, 1971. These were of the DC-10-10 series aircraft. 122 of the Series 10 variants were built over a period between 1970 to 1982, with the majority of orders being to US-based airlines due to its domestic flight focus, compared to later, longer-range variants of the DC-10, which I'll discuss shortly. The Series 10 was predominantly powered by the General Electric CF6 engines. However, loyal DC-10 customer Northwest from Minnesota opted for Pratt & Whitney JT9D-20 powered aircraft in order to establish engine commonality with its existing 747 fleet. It was from here that the DC-10 Series 40 was born, which first flew on February 28, 1972. However, the JT9D engines were nowhere near as powerful as the GE CF6, but this changed when Pratt & Whitney learnt from their shortcomings and developed the improved and very powerful JT9D-59A, which inaugurated with Japan Airlines on their DC-10 Series 40 fleet. Now, let's move on to the DC-10-30 before we wrap up this video. The DC-10 Series 30 was the straw that broke the camel's back for McDonnell Douglas, proving attractive to international carriers worldwide for its increased power, greater takeoff weight and capacity, as well as its generally improved flexibility for mid-haul international flights. A total of 163 Series 30s were built in the period between 1972 and 1988 to 38 customers. Swissair and KLM from the Netherlands were the first customers in 1972. Later on, McDonnell Douglas will commence to develop the extended range DC-10-30 extended range, with an even higher maximum takeoff weight and a range of up to 10,620 kilometers or 6,600 miles for my imperial friends. Only a total of 6 were built, with Finnair of Finland being the dominant customer. McDonnell Douglas also produced 10 DC-10-30 AF completely freighter-based aircraft, as well as the Combi passenger and cargo DC-10-30 CF hybrid, with 27 of them being built. Although the DC-10 has had an illustrated history with airlines globally and is much loved by aviation industry members and passengers alike, it has not gone without a list of infamous air disasters, which significantly impacted on the aircraft's success and public perspective. This includes the 1974 crash of a Turkish Airlines DC-10-10 series after takeoff from Paris due to a cargo door failure, tragically taking the lives of all 360 people on board, as well as an American Airlines Series 10 crashing after losing a port engine in Chicago in 1979, as well as an Air New Zealand DC-10-1030 crashing into Mount Erebus on an Antarctic sightseeing flight. Most incidents were blamed on pilot failure, with the exception of the Turkish Airlines incident, which was blamed due to aircraft design flaws. The major disaster of United Airlines Flight 232, which involved the downing of a DC-10 Series 10 in Sioux City, Iowa, due to an engine failure on a catastrophic level, was a serious accident for the DC-10, which seriously tarnished the aircraft's reputation and trust, therefore hailing the end of the aircraft's glory days as a mid-sized, mid-range, wide-body trijet. After the era of the DC-10, McDonnell Douglas planned on creating a more modern and improved stretch version of the DC-10 called the MD-XX, which later became the MD-11 as it is known today. The MD-11 was launched in December 1986, and not only was it longer than the DC-10 in length, it also featured a glass fly-by-wire cockpit that eliminated the need for a flight engineer, as well as winglets, just to name a few out of many advances in technology and design for the aircraft. However, the MD-11 was not as popular as the DC-10, as well as other widebodies being developed at the time, such as the 747-400, A330 and A340. 200 MD-11s were built, that is 200, in passenger, combi and freight variants. Today, both DC-10 and MD-11 passenger services have ended, unfortunately. However, the MD-11 is still a popular freighter aircraft for cargo airline operations worldwide, and certain cargo DC-10 aircraft still exist as well. The final DC-10 passenger service was with Biman Bangladesh Airlines from Birmingham in the UK in February 2014, while the final regular passenger MD-11 service was with KLM in November 2014. The DC-10, as well as the MD-11 that followed, were iconic and game-changing trijets. They put middle-sized, mid-range jets on the market, and along with other aircraft like the 747, helped make the world smaller and flying more affordable to the public. I hope you have enjoyed this video and the first video from my series. If you have any feedback, make sure to leave it in the comment section below. Thank you for watching.